Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview.
Yeah, no problem.
So the first question I have for you is, I think a lot of people want to know, how did you and Shawn meet?
We met online back when everybody used America Online back in years ago.
Okay. Okay. And how long were you guys together in total?
Total, I think about like 16-ish years. We've been split up for almost 8 years now. So.
Okay. And the age range of your kids, how old's your oldest? How young is your youngest?
Our oldest is 21 and our youngest is 9. He'll be 10 in February.
Okay. Shawn had mentioned on the show that you guys briefly tried to get back together. Is that accurate, or was that for TV?
Absolutely not. That never happened. We have not tried to get back together the whole time we've been split up. I honestly was shocked when I saw that. I was like, why is he saying this?
Okay. Okay. When we saw when you guys were out shopping that you were kind of taken aback by him saying that he was going to propose to Destiny. When you guys were together, did you ever talk marriage?
We did when we got together, but it was something that we discussed that it wasn't really important to us to get married. I didn't need a piece of paper or anything like that. I was committed. He was committed. To me, a lot of people like that kind of stuff. It just wasn't necessary for us. So we lived as husband and wife, called each other husband and wife, just that kind of stuff. We even had rings, but it was just like that.
So it was more like of a common law thing. And
right, basically, yeah. I didn't feel the need to have a paper tie me down to say that I need to be with this person. It was, I made that choice.
Okay. How involved is Shawn in raising your kids?
Honestly, he hasn't been involved in quite some time. Since we've been split up and stuff, he's been pretty distant most of the time, working all the time, and it's gotten a lot worse since Destiny came into the picture. In fact, because I didn't even know that she was around or that was even a thing until the show and everything, and he changed. I should have noticed something was going on and stuff. Like, it was harder to get in touch with him. It was hard, like the kids couldn't and stuff like that, and it changed drastically.
Okay. So, we saw on the show there was this huge issue Destiny had with how often you and Shawn were communicating. When you guys communicate, were you talking about the kids, or are you guys like lifelong friends? Or, what do you guys talk about when you guys communicate?
I mean, we're friends, obviously. We've known each other for a very long time. I respect him. He respects me, sort of. Usually when I call him, I'm, trying to get money for something that one of the kids wants or needs for school, or just keeping an update with what's going on with the kids at school, or, things that are just going on, because he doesn't call to find out that stuff. So I just call him, and it's usually like brief 3 to 5 minute conversations. It's not every day. It's not several times a day. The only time I call him multiple times is when I'm trying to get money from him. I'm like, hey, are you going to send it? Can you hurry up and send it, please? That kind of deal. But no, there's no real friendly conversation. I mean, we're cordial, obviously, and there has been times once in a while where we, hey, catch up, hey, what's going on in your life? But it's nothing like to where she should have been getting upset about it. It was normal co-parenting things.
Okay. You had mentioned, talking about money with Shawn. Is there any sort of court mandated child support in place, or is it kind of he sends money at will?
We do have child support in place and stuff, but we also have an agreement where, if the kids need something, that, call him, let him know. He'll either buy it or send me money so I can get it for him. But like I said, ever since him and Destiny have been together, it's been a nightmare trying to get stuff out of him. And, he'll blow it off and stuff like that, because apparently she comes first.
I think a lot of us were taken aback watching the show by the amount of money that he has spent on Destiny. As the mother of his children, what was your reaction to seeing that?
I was shocked. I could not believe that because, like I said, the kids don't get it, so I'm like, how can you spend all this money on some random girl that you don't really know and stuff like that, but your kids you can't? Like, how does that make sense? It doesn't to me at all. All my money, anytime I get stuff and stuff, it goes to the kids. I go without a lot of times so that the kids can have, and yet he's just blowing it on her, giving her whatever she wants, gambling, this and that. It's just ridiculous.
So the depiction of how much money she was spending, do you think that that's fairly accurate? Like, she's gambling, I think she said several $100s a day.
I don't believe it's that high because, I mean, he's not rich. He's well off. He's not rich by any means that he could just be throwing hundreds of dollars a day. But she is gambling quite a bit. She is spending, buying anything she wants and stuff, so it's over exaggerated, but I'm sure it's a decent amount.
Okay. At this point, has Destiny met your children?
No, she has not met my kids. And as far as I'm concerned, she will never meet my kids. They don't want to have anything to do with her. They, the whole situation, you guys saw our daughter on there and stuff like that. And she will be on another episode. But as far as the kids, they don't want to have anything to do with the situation. They don't really talk about it or anything like that. And I don't let them watch it. They're not interested.
Okay. It's also reported that Destiny has children of her own. Is that true? Does she have her own kids?
As far as I know, yes, she does have 5 kids. I do not know the whole situation on it. I don't know custody stuff or any of that details and stuff. I do know Shawn had told me that he didn't know about them at first. I don't know when he did find out. I only found out because people were, posting stuff about it, and then I questioned him on it and stuff like that. Otherwise, I had no idea.
Okay. It would stand to reason. Do you know if they as a couple are sending her children money?
Honestly, I don't know. Okay. I mean, it'd be kind of messed. Like, I don't not condone it because those are her kids, but she should be using Shawn's money to send her kids money. She needs to get a job, support them herself, because it's not his responsibility. He has his kids. But honestly, I don't know. I can't honestly say I do.
Overall, are you satisfied with the amount of financial support you receive from Shawn?
Absolutely not. It is nowhere near enough. I mean, the kids are growing. There's a lot of things they need. Our oldest, he doesn't have to support because he is in the military, so he's not in the home and stuff like that. But it's still a huge struggle. The kids need stuff all the time, and sometimes they just want something. And, I don't see it as a big deal for him to help out with his kids and stuff, and why somebody would throw a fit about it.
Right. So was there, during that lunch scene, it seemed like, as soon as you sat down, Destiny came in like at 100 miles an hour. Was that a pretty accurate representation of what happened, or was there stuff that didn't air?
No, that's pretty much exactly what happened from the beginning. Like, I could tell something was about to happen because you could see the anger in her face and the attitude and stuff. Like, I didn't even get a chance to talk. They did obviously cut out some stuff because they can't show everything, but that part was exactly how it went down. And I was just, I wasn't surprised. I anticipated it, but yeah, it was accurate.
Okay. Is that the only interaction you've had with Destiny?
Yes, it is the only interaction.
Okay. Do you live in the Las Vegas area to where Shawn could see his kids regularly, or do you guys live further apart?
We're about 5.5 hours away. We live in Arizona. That's where, because that's where we were living and everything. And then he moved to Vegas almost 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like that. So, yeah.
Okay. What about extended family? Like, are you close with Shawn's maybe parents or brothers and sisters, or what is it?
They live in Oregon. We haven't seen them in years and stuff like that. There's not a lot of interaction there and stuff like that. I don't know what they think. When I have talked to his mom about and stuff, she's just kind of like, well, he's an adult. He's going to do what he wants to do. I try and stay out of it kind of deal. My family, however, finds the whole thing ridiculous. They laugh about it and stuff like that. And it's bad.
Right. Typically, in past seasons of Love After Lockup, we've seen that typically when people are corresponding with people that are incarcerated, it's usually not like a one-time thing. Does Shawn have a history of corresponding with inmates, or was this the first time he did that?
He, as far as I know, not necessarily corresponding. He has had a couple of past relationships in the last 3 or so years, where he did date somebody that was in prison prior to. They met, I think, on Facebook or something like that, but they had problems with drugs and this and that. And I think they did go back to jail during the time that they were together, and he did help them out there. And I know there is one instance where it was like a friend or something's like ex or whatever that he was also corresponding with. But this is a first like big thing with somebody that was in prison that I know of.
Okay. So we know that they're slated to be on Life After Lockup.
Yep.
Are we going to be seeing you on
Yes,
Life?
you will.
Okay.
Yes. At least
Okay.
in a couple episodes so far. Yes, you will.
Okay. I know on behalf of probably moms out there, we all we want to go to bat for you. So
Yes, I've been getting a lot of support and love from that and everything. People have got my back.
that's
And
awesome.
yes, it is. I've reached Australia. I've reached Ireland with people giving me support. It's amazing.
Is there anything you would like to say or clear up that you felt maybe you were that maybe wasn't quite accurately portrayed, or do you want to just kind of elaborate on anything that was shown on the show?
The only thing that's been bugging me the most is people claiming, saying about the whole "why did you stay with him, not getting married" kind of deal. And I've written and told people, sometimes that's not for everybody, And to me, it's not, again, not a requirement. I don't see that as a problem that we didn't. A lot of marriages fall flat. It doesn't guarantee anything. So, and we were happy, fine as it was, until it wasn't. And so that was one big thing. And then the whole, oh, I call him all the time, I'm butting into this and that. No, that does not happen. I don't know most of what was going on in their lives and stuff. There was the one call that you guys saw, I think, when she hit the episode that I think she punched him. And I said, how are things going and stuff like that. And for me, the reason I said that is because, if I was going to have my kids meet her and be there and stuff like that, I want to know that things were going okay over there. I'm not going to send them to a toxic situation if they're fighting or this and that. So it's like, how are things going, since she's been out? Things good? All right. But it's not like I'm calling him, we're having chit chat, secret conversations, because that's how it seems like she thought that, if he was hiding when I called him and stuff, that was on his fault, not mine. I never asked him to. I never said go run and hide when I call.
Yeah.
He
He came across to me as the kind of person that just wants everyone to be happy and will say whatever needs to be said. And sometimes that disseminates misinformation. So like you're hearing one thing and Destiny's hearing another. Would you say that's pretty fair?
Yeah, and that is the kind of person, he tries to keep the peace and stuff like that, but at the same time, in a way that's lying to both people. And you can't do that, because then what happens when they find out and stuff, you're going to have a big fight. And if you're trying to avoid that, just tell the truth, be honest, do this and that and stuff. And another thing that people have been saying too is that, Shawn seems slow, or that he's mentally challenged and this and that. And he does come across a little odd, but it's being on camera and stuff like that. Some people just are not made for it. He comes across awkward. He is not like that in real life. And no, this is not me like going to bat for him or anything. I'm just being honest. He's completely different. There's been a lot of, fans that have met him where he's at. And that's where they can vouch that he's completely different and stuff in person. It's just some people just get like,
I can't even imagine what it would be like to have like the whole production. It would. I'm a pretty outgoing person, and that would cause me to clam up. So I can only imagine.
Yeah. And it was really stressful. You had lights in your face, cameras in your face. You have to keep pausing. No, say it this way, do it this way. It does. It gets overwhelming and stuff. And I'll admit, I was shy and stuff the first couple of times. I'm still get kind of, a little, but some people just come across, I guess, a little different. But it's nothing like that. Whereas people, did he get hit in the head? No, he's just awkward in front of the camera. Otherwise, he's normally a very outgoing, goofy guy.
Okay. And if you were to rate the level of how close he is to his kids, does he have a close relationship, or is it more of a passerby type of relationship?
If we're going 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, I'd say probably somewhere in the 2 range, because he doesn't call them really. He doesn't talk to them. When they do call him, sometimes, most of the time they can't get through, or it's a quick conversation. He hurries them off the phone. It's just, and ever since this going on stuff, it has really put a strain in their relationship. The boys don't seem to care as much. They're a little younger. They're just more like whatever, but it has affected Gracie more than the rest of them.
And did you say it got significantly worse when Destiny came into the picture? Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because it was all about her and giving her what she wants, and just, and I get when you get in a relationship, you got to focus some of that time. I get that. But your kids come first.
Of course.
Always. Yes. So you do not push them aside because of a relationship. That's not the way it works. Yeah. And I would never do that. And I can't understand how he does that.
hopefully he'll see the light. I always say it's never too late till it's too late. So, there's always hope. Speaking of hope, do you think that they're going to walk down the aisle?
I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I think I don't think he 100% is even wanting to, from what I get. I think it was more of a spur of the moment or trying to keep her kind of deal because, oh, I have that 50,000 on the line. I got to keep her near me.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't see them really even feeling that way about each other. He might have more feelings towards her, but honestly, I don't think she has any at all. I think it was more of a convenient using because he's, was there to pay for her way and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't see it actually happening. If it does, it will surprise me. And if they do good and things get better and stuff, I'm all for supporting that. It's, it's his life. But if it's going to interfere and cause problems with my kids and stuff, that's going to be a big problem.
The last question I have is, we saw on the show, this whole thing about the $50,000 was because she had a pending court date. And we know that there is a chance that they're going to refile on her. Have you heard anything about that? Is there any news about that, or is it still up in the air?
As far as I know, it's still ongoing. It keeps getting postponed and stuff with the coronavirus, so it's still there. Like I think it was like a week ago she was supposed to go to court again, and they pushed it off again. So it just keeps getting
right. Yeah.
So and it's getting frustrating, and we do keep in touch about that. He lets me know because I want to know the situation. If he's facing having to pay that and stuff like that. But
yeah. I think it's for me watching it, seeing him drain his life savings, his retirement. And I think for me, I want someone to go like, hey, dude, how can't you see this? Yeah.
Like if you're going to drain it for your kids, for Christ's sake, not some girl. Like they're not benefiting from it.
And I wonder if has he seen the show back at this point?
He does not watch the show.
To see her hitting on other people, to see her kind of talk very flippantly about him, it would be interesting to know. I wish the show did a reunion because it would be so nice to see.
Yeah, he doesn't watch it, so he didn't know stuff going on, but I watch every episode, and I told him about the stuff and everything. I'm like, you didn't, this is what happened. Are you getting this and stuff like that? And he just kind of brushes off, like, oh, it's no big deal. It's whatever, kind of, that's the kind of person he is. It's whatever.
He seems incredibly easygoing.
Yep. Yeah, because that's what I said when we were arguing and stuff like that. He was just kind of, no, stop, just this and that and stuff. He just didn't get into it and stuff. But he did make me very mad because, like, if you noticed, and he put his hand in my face, and I was like, no, you don't put your hand in my face.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of us, being that you have given him 6 children, we all thought that you deserved the backing up in that instance, rather than. Does it? And when he said he would bail her out of jail, we were like, what? Yeah. I was like screaming at my TV.
And see, I didn't see that because, again, that was behind the scene thing. I didn't see it till the episode aired, but I had a lot of people writing, oh my God, they did this and that, because I don't watch it till the following day or later that night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't do cable because the kids stop watching, TV and stuff. They watch, YouTube and all that. So I just watch it when it shows up on YouTube. So people were talking about it, and I'm going, what? This happened? So when I saw it, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously? So I tore into him. I was like, how can you, you were really going to bail her out if she did? And he just was like, no, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't do that. I knew you guys weren't going to fight and blah, blah, this and that. But I was like, really? What happens if it hadn't come down to that?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have started throwing fists, but if she had come at me, I would have stood up for myself.
Of course.
I warned him now, and I was like, if there's going to be a fight, I'm not backing down. I go, you know me better than that. I won't. He's like, I know.
Well, I, for one, I'm so excited that you're going to be on. It's going to be I'm much more excited to see their storyline, knowing that we're going to get you back. Yeah,
and I know that I've already filmed 2 episodes, but I don't know if there's going to be any more. I haven't heard anything thus far, so it'll be up in the air how to, as to where that goes. I don't think any of our kids are going to be in anymore. Gracie's kind of done with the situation. She's like, that was the last one. I'm not gonna. So she'll be in one more, but that's it.
Okay. Well, I know for me, I wish you the best. I wish your kids the best. And I hope that things turn around with Shawn and he kind of sees that he should be more of a family man versus more of a trying to date Destiny.
Yeah, trying to date Destiny and be her daddy, apparently, because he's old enough to be, and that's what cracked me up too. I was like, really? You picked a girl that's like 8 years older than our oldest? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So that was fun, but I appreciate it. And yeah, any other time you want to do another interview, I'm up for it.
Okay, cool. As soon as things start happening, I would love to get your commentary. Even on other couples would be great.
Oh, I love Jessica Maurice. Those two are amazing. I love them. I've talked to her.
Baby.
Yes. She said, like, I actually talked to her prior to, before she could release it, because since I was on the show, I was able, and oh my God, he was precious. I had a nice conversation with her. She is a sweetheart. So yeah, they are my favorite couple that I'm actually rooting for. And then the other ones is Christiana. I feel so bad for that situation. I hope and pray that she gets the help she needs and they can be together, because it seems like they really love each other and care about each other.
And we kind of, because I make memes too, so I poked fun at John a little bit at the beginning. I'm not.
Yeah, he was a little.
But he actually really stepped up to the plate.
Yes.
And as far as giving her mom, and her sister probably the most stability they've had in a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on for an interview too.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart.
He actually friended me on Instagram. I haven't talked to him or anything, but yeah, I cry every time the mom gets on there and starts crying, because I feel so bad for her. I can't imagine how that is, going through that, seeing your child.
Tough, man.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly, I will be talking to you soon. Thank you so much for being on with me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, take care. Have a good one.
All right, bye.